welcome back to Salty Sunshine, where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
I'm doing good. I'm exhausted from Memorial Weekend, but it's good. It's nice and sunny outside, and it's a good day. How are you?
I'm good. Very long weekend. Went to little water holes in Austin. Just kind of ventured out. It was very fun.
You're lucky you have that over there. We don't have stuff like that here.
I know. Well, it gets so hot here that you have to be by water, but I guess it's as hot over there.
Yeah, you guys have to walk around with like a water spray, a bottle spray, and like
Yeah.
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 They also sell those neck things that have like it's cold. It keeps your body temperature cold. Like you put it around your neck, like for runners.
Yeah, I actually saw that on Shark Tank the other day.
It's been around forever. Yeah.
Well, they also just came out with this umbrella that you hook up a water bottle and so it mists you, like under the umbrella.
That's too much work.
Yeah, it just seems like a huge contraption, but it's
Yeah.
worth it in the heat. Yeah. Also, though, that's really cute color you're wearing.
I know. So I have blue eyes, and this, like in the sun, oh my gosh, this makes my eyes look pop. It makes my eyes like pop so blue. It's really cute. Like what do you call that? Like a set, like a loungewear set. It's like really, they come in really like beautiful bright colors, and it's like super soft and stretchy. It's very comfortable, and it's thick enough, but not too thick that you feel too heavy and hot. Like I don't feel hot in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with like little biker shorts. It's really cute. I'll post a link later.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm into
they're
like
actually looking extra blue right now.
they're extra blue, and if I put like blue eyeshadow or eyeliner, it would be even bluer. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the blue with the blue with the blue.
Yeah, very cute.
Yeah. So let's start with a little like TV recap because there's so many shows I want to talk about. So let's just dive into like what was on TV this weekend. I want to first say I know you don't watch Summer House, but there's a new guy. His name is Jesse Solomon. Have you heard of him or seen him anywhere?
I feel like that name sounds familiar.
He's the one that had like testicle cancer on the show. He's very tall. He's super cute. He was really into Paige. He hit on Paige knowing she had a boyfriend.
Mm.
And Craig took it like a champ. And when Craig visited and they mentioned that he was hitting on Paige, he's like, why wouldn't he hit on Paige? She's hot. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's a great response.
Okay. I loved it. I know. It was so cute. But he hit on her like, it was obvious he was hitting on her, but he's not a douche, so he's not like aggressive, gross, like drunk, whatever. He just kind of like made it known how hot he thinks she is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, after this last episode, in the last episode, he made up this song, and I can't get it out of my head, and it's driving me crazy. I even did a video with my dog, with Lulu, with the same song. So basically, his song is, what would Jesse Solomon do? He'd blah, 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 blah. And he talks about the whole cast, like in the song. And they recorded the whole thing on the last episode. And no one could get that song out of their head. So I did one with the dog, like, what would Lulu Lopez do? She'd make you take her to the park, whatever. So I did that to her, but I can't stop singing it in my head. Like I was making my smoothie this morning and I was singing that stupid.
Wow.
So we could do one for Salty Sunshine. You want to?
Make a song?
No, it's okay. So for instance, if we use Salty Sunshine, it would be, what would Salty Sunshine do? We talk about the gossip and the news. Then we go over to reality TV.
You thought about this.
No, it's because it's like you can just insert it with anything.
Right.
It's like one of those things that don't leave your head. It's crazy. So thank you, Jesse Solomon. And then you see it on TikTok and you see everyone doing clips of it. It's like, oh my God. So it was funny. I like Jesse Solomon. He'll probably get like a music deal out of that.
I was to say it's gonna be one of those new TikTok songs, and then a record label is gonna go up to him just because he came up with one catchy song.
I feel like it sounds like another song, but I can't put my finger on it. Like the beat
does. Yeah.
But I can't put my finger on it. But I know what you're talking about. Like the girl on TikTok that's like, I want a record deal. What does it say? I want a man with finance. Yeah. Record deal. Boats.
Trust fund. No.
Trust fund. Not record deal.
None of the words.
she got a record deal. That's why I keep saying that. Okay. Right. I want a guy with trust fund. But yeah, finance. Yeah. So she got a record deal.
She
And
had a record deal.
Mhm.
She didn't make the song. She said, I want a DJ to use these words with somewhat of this beat. And then other DJs made a song, and she got a record deal for coming up with like the words, I guess. But she has to pay back the record by like her ticket sales because it's pretty much a
It's
loan
an
that you take
advance,
from
yeah,
her.
for
Yeah,
future
in
profit.
advance. Exactly. But that means she has to come up with another song and actually make the song because she
I
doesn't
would literally not sleep. I would have so much anxiety. There's no way I would ever do that because what if it flops? What if you can't make something that makes money?
Right.
Then you owe them
But
all
it's
this
not like
money.
she's a music producer. Like this is just her being silly on TikTok.
On the other hand, though, if they're advancing you that much money, you can hire like good people to collab, and it's the possibility of cranking something out is high.
Right. They have people that can make the songs for her, I guess, and she could just come up with like the words again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. And I feel like, is there more to the song? Because all you hear is like those few words. So like,
Well, no, Mom, that's house music. That's how it works. You just get a couple words in there.
there's another, everyone's like remaking it like to fit their own. And like the dogs are doing it. I want a mom with this. And then like this other girl's like, I want a man that has his grave, his coffin, dead, money in my bank. Okay, that was fun. No, but she did it better. Like hers actually rhymed or whatever.
Right.
So funny. Okay, good news. The new season of Couples Therapy is coming. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's in May tomorrow, May 31st. Showtime. Be
I
there.
love that show. It's so juicy because it's real people
Obsessed.
and they have like real life stuff, but then also you're just like, wow, people live like this. Like some of them are a little crazy, but a
Yeah.
lot of them are relatable.
So the reason I know this is because the therapist, there's a lady, I forgot her name. She was on Files.
Oh,
Yes, like the perfect conversation because Nick is like a therapist himself, without license, but he does it every week and he talks to people, blah blah blah. So he had her on the show, and I had no idea the show was coming back, the new season. And because she was on the show, I heard that the new season, she's on it because the new season starts tomorrow, and she's talking about. I think she has a throuple on there, or a poly. Like for the first time.
like there's some out over there that are a little different. Their lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm not going to enjoy that because I just like regular relationship talk because I feel like once you go to those other scenarios, it's too complicated and it's too much for me. Like I like the basics.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
come on,
we like the ones that are relatable.
two people is like enough freaking, oh my God. It's like dealing with more than two, like forget it.
Well, it's like no wonder you have so many problems. Like dealing with more than one other person in a relationship. It's a lot.
No, it's too much. I don't know why anyone would put themselves through that. People's emotions and brains is like one person's enough.
Yeah. I can't believe people actually go on that knowing that like the world's gonna see their problems though.
I feel, and I've heard this a lot, once you get over the hump, and I think she even said this in that episode, because I think he asked her something to that effect. Once you get over the hump of like the first few episodes, it's kind of like you forget the cameras are there. You kind of relax and just like
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
a reality show.
And she said you might show up more knowing that, like, if you're just sitting there, no one, like, you're not accountable, you might just check out. But since you are being filmed, you have to participate.
That's true.
And you might show up more. But speaking of poly, whatever you call that, there's a show on TV called Seeking Sister Wives. It's on TLC, I think. It's the craziest show, but I'm going to say it's not, because there's another show that has a bunch of marriages, but it's very like old school. Like it looks like it's back in the 60s. Like it's just the whole vibe of it. But this one's more modernized. It's like regular people just trying to bring in third or fourth or fifth wives or whatever. But I only watch it for this one couple, the Merrifields. And it's just, the reason I only watch it for that couple is because everyone else is like, whatever. Like it doesn't even seem like they're in love. Like they're like, whatever. We just want more help. We want to have a bunch of kids. We don't even want to see the guy half the time. Like, we just want girlfriends and like raise our kids. Like it feels like that. But this one couple, the Merrifields, this man is so creepy. He looks like the pastor wife that killed the wife that people think killed his wife recently. Like he just has that vibe. He's always talking about God and what the Bible says I want. Then it's like, I hate that. It's like, stop. It's like your cheesy, gross little fetishes. Like you're putting it on I hate that. Like everything that they want, like they conveniently say it's like God's word. God spoke to me. It's like, shut up. You're sick and you just want to have sex with a bunch of girls and make your wife cry because all she does is cry. As much as so he divorced, so the Merrifields, they're married with a few kids. He divorces her. They legally got divorced so he can go to Brazil and marry a girl and bring her with the marriage. Okay?
Right.
So he convinces his wife to legally divorce him, and goes to get this Brazilian girl that's hot as hell. So the wife is super insecure. She's crackling. Her lips are bubbling all the time. She's on the verge of crying all the time because she wants to be on board, but she's not. She inherently is not on board. Like you could see it in every fiber of her being. She doesn't want this life, but she wants her husband. So that first relationship with the Brazilian girl, oh my gosh, you got to go watch the season of that. It is a train wreck. Like she's so jealous. It's crazy. I only watch it for that couple because it's so fascinating to watch because it's so crazy.
But why would you stay? Like
there is no why. There's watching it and not making sense of it because it's that nuts. She's a little more comfortable now because now they're on the next season. It didn't work out with that first Brazilian. Then he goes to a second Brazilian. Like why does he have to go all the way over there? So he leaves her. So they go to get married over there, but I don't know what they call the person in Brazil that marries them, but he finds out that it's like that kind of couple, like he already has another family and he won't marry them. So now they're stuck with that situation. In Brazil, he won't marry them. So he finds another girl that's here. Whatever. And then there's another couple second to them. This black guy, he had 2 white wives and now he has a third. So he has 3 white wives. He's a stay-at-home dad. And all the girls work and he just sits there and plays with the kids all day and takes care of the kids. It's so disturbing. Ew. And they're trying to get a fourth. And the third one is really jealous of them trying to get a 4th wife. Because she's like, hey. And it's like, they're such a mismatch. It's just wild.
Okay, I understand if you want to be taken care of and you want like a little community. Oh, I don't understand it, but at least that over having to work for the man.
It's so gross.
That is.
And they share a bed. They have a bed that's like wall to wall. They all sleep in the same bed. It's nasty. And
weird.
No, that's why I watch it. Cause I'm just like, these are real people and this is really happening. It's fascinating. Cause it's like, how? Why? And the women call each other sisters. It's like sister. It's like so creepy. And it's like ruin the word sister for me. Every time I hear sister, I'm like,
well, that is like a submissive,
yeah,
I guess, fetish. Because he's completely taking advantage of you and you have to listen to everything he says.
No one's taking an advantage of anyone except for the Merrifields. No, everyone's a willing participant.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's like a fetish. Like the woman wants to be submissive and the man gets like all the wives, even though they don't like that. I don't know.
Well, in this particular group, the black guy with the 3 white wives, they run the show, it seems to me. They even picked a girl for the guy. They're like, oh, we found this girl. Like they're the ones running the show. It's gross. That's what makes it so gross because the guy's so not manly. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's wild. If you want to watch something weird and fascinating, I would go watch Seeking Sister Wives.
I always think it's funny that people can find other people in this situation. Like, how do you find these willing participants unless there's like a dating website for them?
Yeah. There's this one couple. So weird. They go out to bars and they'll like, seek someone out, whatever. And they're so like, it's kind of like love bombing. Like they meet someone that may or may not have some interest. And like, they go on 3 dates and they're like, so do you think you could commit? It's like, what are you doing? Like, they don't even know each other. They're so like love bombers, this couple, because they're so desperate for a third. and it hasn't worked out with everyone that they've tried. And like, so they come on so strong. It's like, okay, stop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh,
And
it's so
if
crazy.
it's like people going after people that they know are more like insecure, or like if they go like towards a certain kind of person, like, you know, like their victim has to be lonely or insecure. Or...
Yeah. And the one guy did say, because he went on, so he's dating this Latin lady, and he has this American wife, and they want to bring in a third person. So the Latin lady, they go out to dinner. She's like, we don't see each other enough. And like, it seems like you're more, because Latin women are very possessive. Like, we're jealous and possessive. Like that. It's no wonder all these polygamy things. That's not in the Latin community, because a bitch will kill somebody. Like,
right. It's all white people.
Oof. Women, Latin women are not about that. So he has an American wife, and he's with the Latin on the date. I forgot her name. And she's like, it seems like she's your priority, like a true Latin. She's like, where's the time for me? And because she's like, this is new to me. I've never heard of this in my life. I have to think about it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And so when he tells her that, he's like, no, but once we commit, like, I'll have all the time for you in the world, because like right now we're just starting, but like, and they're the love bombers. Like they're desperate for a third one. Mm-hmm. And the Latin lady goes, well, I don't want to share my man. Like, I don't want to share my And he's like, oh, and then in like the confessional, he's like, I don't think this is gonna work out. Like, the whole point is like you're sharing stuff.
Right.
And then she goes, well, I don't see you sharing your wife. And he goes, yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. It's like, oh, really? Excuse yourself. A man would never. Or if he did, he doesn't like you. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. But no, a man would never. Even if he doesn't like you that much, he's still possessive.
Yeah, so that's that on that. So crazy. You should go watch it. Like,
yeah, what is it? TLS?
TLC.
TLC has the weirdest shows.
Yes.
They find the weirdest people. Always.
Love After Lockup. Is that on TLC?
Like these people who eat random things. There's like seasons about that.
Is Love After Lockup on TLC? Or is it on WeTV? That's a crazy show. That's a train wreck. Like, woo, oh God. I think people like it because it's so real. And some of them are like trashy kind of people, but like, they're not acting. Like that's who they are. And so like when you watch all this reality TV, that so much of it is fake at this point. Like, you like to watch the real stuff, even if it's weird. But
right, like these dating shows, it's like people just go on it because they want to be famous now.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw 2 movies this weekend. Mother of the Bride on Netflix. Did you watch any of it? No, you were busy. You were too busy in your lakes and your rocks.
Exactly.
Good for you.
Mother of the Bride was a good one.
So cute. Brooke Shields is in it. Oh, Carly. iCarly. What's her name? She's in it.
Oh.
She's the daughter. And Brooke Shields is the mom. And it's adorable. It's family friendly. It's just enough cheesiness. It's like, it's cute.
That's who Miranda Cosgrove is.
Yes.
I would expect nothing less. So.
Love her. And she's never had a drink in her life.
Really?
I love her. She's such a good example. I love people like that. Like, they're successful.
One of the few kid stars that turned out pretty normal.
Love her. So that was a really good movie. And then Atlas on Netflix. J-Lo. Okay. Not the best movie ever, but I watched it till the end, and I wanted to watch it till the end. So if that tells you anything, I kind of liked it.
Is it a rom-com?
No, it's sci-fi. It's a robots.
What?
It's so good. So they're in like whatever year, and there's all these robots. Like, you get in the robot, and like you are the robot. Like you control the robot, but it's big. It's like a big. I would hate to live in that world, to be honest with you. Like, I don't ever want to get to that place. It's like everything's steel and gray, and it looks like a cold world. I don't want that.
Well, that is what we are heading towards. Just because have you seen the new?
I don't think so.
Or like even everything is just like so. Like,
yeah, but people are. I feel like people are reverting.
Well, yeah, we're definitely reverting, but that's what we're heading towards. Less color.
I feel like even the supermarkets that have all the self-checkout, like they brought more people to work. Like, nobody wants that. People want interaction. People like to be social. Nobody wants that world. Right. Like, it's cool at first, but then you're like, oh, no, we want a waitress. We don't want all this.
Yeah, we want real people.
So
it malfunctions and you're like, I hate technology.
well, there's two people standing on either side of the self-checkouts because there's always a problem. So they have to help everybody and check them out. So why don't you just check them out? Like, stop.
Right.
Okay, so Atlas, so basically something happens that she's stuck inside this robot, like trying to survive from like the bad person. And spoiler alert, so she goes through the whole movie and she's like, she doesn't like the robot, like she doesn't trust or whatever because of whatever happened to her mom, but she's talking to the robot and the robot's trying to like link with the Neuralink, like what's his name? The Tesla guy? Elon Musk, he has a Neuralink. Doesn't he have something called Neuralink or something?
Yeah.
It's a thing, earpiece, and it connects you to the robot so they can know who you are and they can like work with you better. So she's not a fan of that, and he convinces her to do it. But long story short is you kind of like the robot, and like I could see, you know, those weird guys that like fall in love with the robot and they think it's their girlfriend. I could see that happening with a very unstable, mentally ill person. I could see how that happens because just watching the movie, you grow like fond of the robot and you want to cry. Like, it's like it feels like a real person if you talk to them long enough.
Right.
So.
Right. But I mean, I do think that would happen. Women and men would literally just stop talking to each other if robots came to be.
I think that's already happened. I think there's guys that have girlfriends that are like fake.
Well, yeah, like AI girlfriends.
Yes. So, not a bad movie. It was okay. The only thing with J-Lo, I feel like she sounds like J-Lo, and the stupid curly hair and the wigs and the bangs. I hate all that. Like, just make them look normal in movies. I don't know why they do that.
Right. She's not supposed to look like J-Lo from the block. Like,
but she definitely talks like J-Lo in there, so she, you know, maybe she should have like changed the way she spoke, but other than that.
But that's the thing, she's like really not that great of an actress. She can't play other roles. That's why she should have just stuck to rom-com.
No, she can. I mean, that's why her rom-com movies are so good. I mean, she's good at what she does. She just needs more direction to like switch up the way she speaks.
She needs to stick to rom-com because that's what's good, but she cannot play other roles because she doesn't know how to act in other roles. She's not very good. And that movie sounds like one of those movies that she needs to make money because everything is turning out so bad. Like kind of like her downfall.
It was cute. I liked it. So that's my take on it. So okay, so remember how we talked about in however many episodes ago? So Jackie Schimmel from the Bitch Bible, right? I talked about how a million years ago, Cardi B was on her show back when Cardi B was nobody and she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She has this thing. So I don't really listen to the Bitch Bible that much, but I ran out of stuff to listen to. And somebody was on her pod that I wanted to. Oh, Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House was on Bitch Bible. So I went back to Spotify Bitch Bible and I listened to that episode because I wanted to hear what Lindsay had to say. With that, I noticed in her list, she's bringing back old episodes, like she's rerunning like old, and one of them is the Cardi B. So anybody who wants to go listen to Cardi B on the Bitch Bible, you don't got to like scroll a million years to find it. It's right there at the top.
Wow.
The old episode.
I haven't listened yet.
And she says like she's bringing out old episodes and she's like talking about how much she's changed since, like she blamed herself for not being a better interviewer when she interviewed Cardi B. So that is hilarious. It's on May 16 episode if you want to hear that. I highly suggest you listen to it because you'll die laughing. So Lindsay told Jackie Schimmel that she has a new boyfriend. So after they called off the wedding, Summer House. Oh, you don't know who?
Wow.
Carl and Lindsay.
Lindsay was like, who?
Carl and Lindsay were set to get married on Summer House, and remember last week we talked about justice for Lindsay because he was the background snake.
Yes. Okay.
Her.
I know Lindsay.
So after he called off the wedding, however long after, she reconnected with a guy she dated years ago for a brief time. Like they dated briefly years ago, and he came back into the picture, and now they're hot and heavy.
How
So
long
it wasn't, huh?
did they break up this year? Like very recent?
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Like end of last year, or I don't know.
She was probably over it though.
My point is, she dated this guy briefly years ago, and now he's back in the picture. So it's like bad timing. Like that's always interesting how like you can come back together with someone you thought was not going to go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess it's easier to start that after such a like harsh breakup because you already know that person. And it's like
Yeah.
like,
And she sounds like she's really happy with him, and he fits her better. So good for her. Then
I don't know who the ex was, but
Carl.
Carl. Must be hard for Carl, even though he's a jerk. But
So then we had this drama happen with Craig Conover and Kyle from Summer House with their alcohol can companies.
mm-hmm.
So over the weekend, last week, Kyle from Summer House was on Watch What Happens Live, and he mentioned, or Andy asked a question, and he mentioned that Craig is a liar, and that whatever, he had this beef, like because Craig invested in the Spritz company, which is the toast, Jackie and Claudia's husband Ben, and he invested in that, and he's like the front person of it now. And then Kyle's not happy about it because he said that Craig lied to him about what was happening, and they went out to dinner with Claudia's husband Ben, and they tried to extract information from him, according to Kyle. So they have this war, and then on the toast they came out and like now they're calling Kyle the liar, so they have a little beef. So that was the drama of last week.
Right. And so Claudia talks about it on the toast, and she said she had receipts, right? Did she post the receipts?
What are the receipts?
I don't remember now. I don't know. Didn't she say she had receipts?
I don't know what the receipts would be though. Are they text messages?
Yeah, that like they did this before something.
I don't know what receipt she's talking about, and I know that's her husband and she's going to defend him. That doesn't mean Kyle's lying. Like,
Right.
you know,
I can maybe see that happening. Like, I don't know.
it sounds to me like there's half truths. Like, maybe they did go out to dinner and Kyle feels like they just wanted information and were plotting behind him, like, to do their own thing.
Right. That's his truth. And then their truth is like, oh, we were just going to dinner.
It's like perception, you know?
Yeah.
But who knows? It was funny.
Yeah. Well, I think Claudia also mentioned that everyone kind of promotes Loverboy and no one gets any kind of pay out of it, and how unfair it was, and that like Craig is actually getting paid or getting like a percentage of the company with the spritzer.
Well, Claudia said that Kyle doesn't have any investors. It's all him, 100% equity. Like, he won't bring in investors, but they do bring in investors. And that Bravo is the one that allows the Loverboy cans all over the place on the show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should try both and see what's better.
We should order. They have an espresso martini from Loverboy, which I want to try. And then the spritz, I don't know, but we should try them.
We should. I've actually never had a spritz. Honestly, spritz are kind of expensive.
I think Loverboy's more expensive than the spritz.
Huh?
I think Loverboy's has a higher price point. No?
Interesting. Well, is it espresso martini like an actual alcohol?
It's in a can. Yeah. They're all alcohol.
Well, no. I mean like hard alcohol. Like, is it like tequila or vodka, or is it more of like a...
I don't know. I've never tried them. I'd have to look.
Right.
All right. The Kardashians are back. Did you see it?
No, because their whole thing is an infomercial, like you said.
It's a complete infomercial. It's all a commercial. Yeah. It's ruined the show, like, for real.
It's just them talking about their business. They're going to their business. They're talking about it. They're talking about going to their business. Like, it's all about their businesses. So
The only one that has anything else to say,
but that's it.
the only one that has anything else to say is Courtney with her baby stuff and her relationship. Like, she's the only one that talks about other stuff. Like, everyone else is their business.
Right. Like, everyone's like, they're reality stars, and all they talk about is their business, nothing about their lives. Like, Kendall never brings on her boyfriends. Like, she's dating Bad Bunny. Why has he never been on? Or, like, none of them talk about anything with their actual lives. Why is Timothy Chalamet never on it? Like, bring people that are actually in their lives, not just with their business.
No, and it's all, and when they don't talk about their business, it's all bullshit. Like, it's not, it's ruined it. It's even ruined their social medias. Like, everything is an ad, everything is a product,
Right.
everything's a product. It's like, there's nothing about life. Like, you just want to see like what they're wearing and what they're eating for lunch. And like, you don't want to see all that. Like, it's annoying.
Right. And I think that's why people have gotten so sick of them recently. Because people are also sick of it with TikTok and influencers because everything's an ad. So they kind of went down that route too.
Yeah. So, and then Kim, oh, she's a workaholic. Everyone's so worried about her. It's like, oh God, who cares?
Wait, can we talk about her child that she so inappropriately put on stage?
So I saw clips of it. Pobrecita. She, I don't know. I feel bad for her. Like, obviously she's not a trained entertainer. She's not in dance. She's not like, she's just up there like winging it. Northwest and the Lion King. So I don't know what that event was, but I saw clips of it, and it just seems like obviously she's not a trained like dancer or theater major. So she's just a little girl like going up there and winging it. So everyone's being so nasty. I don't know what led to it, but
Okay, I don't think it's obviously not Nora's fault. She's a little girl who just like, it's a big stage. She has no training. Singing's not really her talent right now, at least. But it's her mom's fault, like both of her parents. The fact that they would embarrass her like that. Like, there's no way they didn't see the pre-production.
I don't know what was the show. I don't even. What was it?
Okay, the show was a Broadway show. This is not like some middle school play.
I don't think it was a Broadway show. I think it was like an event.
Broadway-esque, to the point where tickets were $3,000 to $4,000
No way.
for people to attend. Imagine paying $3,000 to $4,000 and seeing her being the main act.
Wow.
Crazy. And it's just like a waste of time for everyone else that has to be there. Like,
Well, and then you
behind.
wonder, the people that put on the show, the production company, there's no way they didn't like work with her to like, how can they allow her to go up there without any like.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously did get training, but she obviously just wasn't cut out for the role. And they must have gotten paid more by Kim Kardashian than if their like play flopped.
I thought it was like a short stint in like a bigger production of something else, but the whole thing was Lion King.
I have no idea. I only saw that clip.
It's a Lion King 30th anniversary, a live to film concert event. Okay. The Hollywood Bowl. Okay.
Like, it was a real event that cost a lot of money for people to attend. And they have to see her doing it. And it kind of just makes it a joke. And then the other people, this is literally their livelihood. Like, the theater people behind them. And it's just, she made it into a joke.
I just feel it's not her fault. Like, she did her best.
No.
And like, the people coming for her online are disgusting adults that have no life. Like, how stupid are you? Like, she's a child. Come on. The things that they're saying about her are so dumb. It's like,
but that's why it's so on Kim. Like, people are going to go after your daughter for being so bad. And then she like protect her daughter from that.
Kim doesn't give a shit about anything. She's obviously like void of anything rational, emotional, and grounded. Like, I've always said it. She's like the vainest person on the freaking universe. Like,
I know. Do you think maybe she thinks she was actually good because it's like a product of her?
She doesn't care. She just likes the limelight. Like, I don't know her, but this is like what I feel when every time I see her. It's like she doesn't care. She's Courtney wouldn't do that to her kid.
Right.
Like, it's not that important, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then people were really upset because she was wearing a yellow hoodie. Like, she wasn't even in a real costume.
Well, yeah, she was like trying to bring her own style into it because I would say that's like more Kim and Kanye style, just wearing a hoodie and those loose shorts.
She was like at a Kanye concert. Just
Yeah.
like, what's
Yeah.
up?
And
Oh my
that is
gosh.
just, that's nepotism right there. And you know what? If the kid actually has talent and you want to use your nepotism, whatever. But she was not right for the role.
No. And she obviously didn't rehearse a lot or like really get into like the nitty gritty of like putting on a show, you know?
Right. Like she looked way too, and again, this is like a kid we're talking about. Maybe she was nervous, but she looked way too relaxed. And she didn't even look like she was trying.
Mm. I know. I
She's kind of just like very about it.
yeah, it's like Kim has what JLo has, like this need for like constant 24/7 attention, and it's a sickness. Like, get help. Just get help.
It is a sickness. That's why she has like 5,000 businesses. And now she's trying to put it onto her kid.
And it's only on North. Have you noticed? She doesn't do it to the other kids.
North definitely seems like the more like out there one. Like she acts like Kanye's kid.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because the other ones aren't old enough. I don't know.
Or willing. They're probably like,
Yeah.
get away from me. I don't want to.
Nora is going to be very interesting. I could see her being like her mom and her dad, like a mix of the two of like just.
I think, I hope
a
not.
little concerning.
But it's just she's gonna suffer because of the need for all this from her parents. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, social media is like a good thing and a horrible thing because it really shows you what freaking a-holes live in this world. Like, how are you not embarrassed to talk so much crap about a 10-year-old online? Like, get a life. It's so weird. Like, just say that. Like, why are you in a hoodie? Like, I didn't appreciate this performance. But you don't, like, other than that, like, shut up. It's so weird.
Yeah, people are definitely eating her alive, especially because it's the Kardashians. People hate the Kardashians, but
Yeah.
it's always like the moms with kids too, like with no empathy.
Speaking of kids, did you see that clip of the baby, the 1-year-old, saying, the mom's like, who wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando? And the baby's like, did you see that?
Yeah,
It got
they
over
want to
like
do a
80,
collab.
like 60, 80 million views. Like, now they're doing like every video they do after that, like at the baby at the Four Seasons Orlando, they're dressing the baby up in a tuxedo, eating spaghetti on a chair. Yeah, like millions and millions and millions and millions of views. Like the advertisement they've had for this hotel is insane.
Do you
Like,
think the baby wanted to go to the Four Seasons, or he just wanted to go somewhere
I
else?
was gonna say, are you people dumb? Any baby that hears who wants to is gonna go like this.
Right, you say it to a dog, and they're like,
Who
it's
wants
the same
to?
thing.
That's all you have to say. The baby doesn't know about the Four Seasons. Like, I can't believe no one caught on to that. Like, what?
I know.
Hello? If you tell any baby or dog who wants to, they're like, me.
Right.
You can say, who wants to go like rolling shit? They'll be like, me.
Yeah, 100%. So people are funny.
No, but it's like, now it's like a whole, now the baby's like an influencer.
Right now, he's the one bringing in the dough in the family.
Which is a bad thing. No, I'm kidding. It could be a little weird. Now they're using the baby's video like and talking over it like in little video. I don't know. They could do all this.
Yeah, parents definitely go overboard with that stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah. So
It's just parents and these children. These children have no say. They don't know what they want at this age, whether they're a baby or North age.
yeah,
And then they're just getting blasted on social media because their parents didn't have the sense to keep them away from the spotlight, from the world.
and I don't even think the spotlight is what's scary. What's scary is all the pedophiles and shit like that, like all the weird people, all the bad people. Like, that's what's scary. Like, who cares if people are looking at you? As long as you know those people are normal, but it's the weird people.
Yeah, and there's so many more than you would think. Like, I did not realize there were that many out there until I went like on a deep dive on TikTok, and there's like this kid Ren. Have you heard of her?
No, any kid. If you look, they did that whole study that like all the people liking and saving the videos are middle-aged men or old men, or it's disgusting.
In all the comments, like the parents still post it even though they see all these nasty comments from these strangers. But
and they can put those images like on the black market.
Yeah.
It's gross. Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
It's scary. I know. Bad people ruin everything for everyone.
I know, because then we're just looking at a cute kid. But there's such a dark side to the internet.
There's a dark side to the world.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Anyways, Bethenny Frankel, right? New York Housewives, skinny girl, whatever. She has this whole thing going on and people are losing their shit because she's in Chicago for something and she goes to a Chanel store and she makes a video. She's like, they cracked open the door and they saw me, me in my sweats and my this but I have Chanel bags and they didn't let me in. And she did this whole thing. Like they wouldn't let her in. And if you don't have an appointment, you can't go in. And everyone's like, dude, have you seen the crime? They have to do that. Like they don't know who you are. And even if they did, you need an appointment, blah, blah, blah. So she started this whole thing with Chanel. And then she won't stop. Like the more people tell her to stop, the more she's posting videos. And like, so she goes head to toe Chanel and looks like Pretty Woman. And she goes and they're videotaping her and she goes, but this time there's security guards outside. The first time there wasn't. They let her in and she walks in and walks right back out. And she's like, see, I didn't have an appointment, but I'm dressed in Chanel. Ooh. And so all this stuff and like she's video after video after video. She's in front of another Chanel and she's doing a song. Like she won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. And it's funny. At this point, it's just funny. And everyone's like, a lot of people are like, don't stop. This is so funny. Like, don't listen to anybody.
I mean, she proved her point though. I was about to say, like, okay, it makes sense, like, with all the crime happening, but
yeah,
she proved her point. It's because of what she was wearing. They didn't think she was wealthy enough. But
the first time she went, there wasn't security guards outside. So maybe because there were security guards, they can let people in because they're security guards?
She needs to test it out again, whether there's no security guards. And then
well, now they know to look up for her, I guess.
Right, that's true.
It's like blown up everywhere and everyone's freaking out.
That's literally the typical scene from, is it Pretty Woman?
Yes.
Yeah, where they think she's poor.
She said, I look poor the way I was dressed. But I'm not. So.
Very funny.
It was funny. It's funny. I think people are so crazy. Like, obviously, if it's getting it, people are like, I guess Bethenny doesn't have as much money as she says she does. I'm like, what does that have to do with it?
Oh my gosh.
You can never have enough money. That's first of all. So if something's working, you're going to keep doing it, even if you have a lot of money. Like, it's a funny joke. It's a joke.
Like, she's
not like,
she's a content creator. She's creating content.
She's creating content. Right. And it's like, she's obvious. She's not like, I want to talk to the head of, she's not being serious about it. She's not like, I need to talk to whoever runs this. She's making a joke.
Right.
So like, get over it.
She's being very light and funny about it. You're the one
She posted another video with her bagel and the heading says, not about Chanel. So funny.
She's a character.
She definitely has thick skin because the way people come at her for things and she just keeps going, she doesn't care. I'm like, okay. That's fun. Oh my God. Yeah. So, I don't think we talked about that guy, that ex-influencer, Ali Abulaban. He killed his wife for cheating on him with his friend.
Oh.
So crazy.
People just need to learn how to break up.
No, people need to learn that no matter what a boyfriend, a partner, a spouse does to you, you don't have the right to hurt them. Like, it's called, you have a choice as an adult and break up. Like, no one owns anyone. And this thought that you're married gives you this right, it's like insane.
Yeah. People get so overly possessive.
It's almost, when you get married, you know how they make you, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to make you take like a little class before you got married. Like a little session. Or maybe that's when you get divorced. I think that's when you get divorced. So like if you have kids, like they make you take a little like class, like so you can navigate like how to co-parent or whatever. They should do that before you get married and say, listen, you're getting married and you're going to do the best you can, but they always have the right to leave you. You don't have the right to like, they should tell that to people before they get married.
I mean, you could say that all you want. People are going to be possessive.
No, it's true, but I'm saying it will just like maybe they'll think about it in the back of their head. You know?
Maybe. I guess.
Yeah, it's like he's in the courtroom putting on this show, and he's like, I never thought she'd betray me like this. It's like he's the victim.
Well, he's just a narcissist at that point. Him thinking that he's still the victim.
He's crazy. Like, forget the fact that you just killed 2 people. Like, why are you even talking? Like, are you insane? Like, you killed 2 people. Who cares if what she did to you? Like, that's not no.
And I feel bad for the guy. Like, he wasn't even in that relationship.
Well, he was a friend.
Oh, he knew him.
He was a friend of the guy.
Oh.
But apparently he had like an abusive past. Like, there's been incidences and recordings and stuff. Like, he's already been like bad with her, and that's why she didn't want to be with him anymore. And he would record stuff and like spy on her through the Apple iPad from their kid. He would record everything. You know, that's why I don't want any Apple products, and I don't want any Alexa or any of that shit. I don't trust. And can I tell you how many times I've heard of my girlfriends, like, they have Alexas, they have Apple products, and they can see everything the boyfriend does or the husband, like all the message. It's like it's all connected through iCloud or whatever. I don't like that. They can see all your messages. She would leave the house in the morning, one of my friends, when they broke up, and she would listen into her Alexa to hear everything the boyfriend was talking about on the phone. I'm like, that's so crazy. Don't ever have one of those things.
That gives you way too much of like an attachment. Like, you have the right, or like you're always thinking about him.
I don't like that.
Like, you leave the house, go live your own life. Like,
well, they were in the process
having to listen to him.
But they were in the process of breaking up, so she wanted to catch him. Like, what is he saying? Who's he talking to? Like, but even if they weren't, like, the access.
Leave a headphone even if you don't have an Alexa and you have like a little AirPod, you can leave it in a room and turn on some sort of setting and listen to everything that someone's saying in that room.
Not if your phone's not in the same house. It has to be close enough. Like, if I have my headphone on and I leave to the bathroom and my phone's in the office, it disconnects because you're out of range.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It happens to me all the time.
AirPods. So how would you know that?
Any wireless headphone has a range. If you leave that range, it disconnects.
You can put your headphone in another room and leave the room and you're fine.
If you leave the house, though, you're not. Well, you're just saying if you're in the same house.
Okay. Anyways.
That's what you're saying. If you're in another room, you can hear what they're saying in another room.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like if you left,
you want to see if someone's talking shit or something.
Yeah. No, but I thought you meant like if you left like to work, like it wouldn't work.
No. But also, yeah, everything is connected. Like, if you don't look through his phone, look through his computer. Because sometimes when you delete something on your phone, it's still on the computer. Like,
not on mine. Not on mine. I don't use Apple products. I'll never do that. Nope.
You're sketchy.
No, I don't like my privacy invaded. That's disgusting. And he's so dumb. The guy had no clue that this was happening. He had no clue. She saw every email.
I didn't know that was a feature. That's so weird.
Every email, every Instagram post, all this shit. I'm like, that's crazy.
But that's just like where you have to get a hobby. Like, you need to get centered and have your own life. You're like way too focused on him.
But I think that only happens if like if you're having a rocky time or you're going through a break. You know what I mean? Like, you get
right. There are some people who do that though.
Yeah, on a regular basis. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, it's not like an inkling, and that's why they're looking on the phone. Like, okay, get that. But like, it's just they just want to look at the phone.
Totally, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't advise. And my iCloud like setting, it's always off. I don't save any. I don't like that. The only Apple thing I do is my phone. Other than that, I'm out.
Yeah, you even have one of those screen protectors that you can't see from the side. You can't see the screen from the side. You're a sketchy person.
No, I just don't like people looking at my stuff. I'm not sketchy. I have nothing juicy going on.
Exactly. So what do you care?
Because if I'm in line at a store or something and I'm like looking, I don't want people to see. Like you see, you can't see my phone unless I go like that. Woo!
Yeah, sketchy.
It's not sketchy. It's like if you're at a bar and like you're doing something, like everyone can see your. And my phone's one of the big phones. Like it's like the larger one, so the screen, like you can see it. That's not sketchy. I'm not doing anything sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I saw this Pandora collection the other day. Have you seen lately? They have like really nice stuff. You know how Pandora, when you were in high school, like used to be like the charms. It was just like the charms and the necklace and the bracelets. Yeah. Now they have really pretty stuff. And they have lab grown diamonds. Like they have all this cool new stuff. And they have like a new collection that's like eclectic, like art. Like the shapes are odd and like it's like so pretty. I mean, it's pricey, but it's so nice.
Very cute. I know, like charms are a thing now. So I feel like Pandora charms.
Before they were like cheesy, like a heart, like a basketball, like, but now they've elevated. And it's like something like I would actually be into.
Look, I went to a market. Oh, you probably can't see it. But have you ever heard of Italian charms?
No.
Well, look up Italian charms. It's so cute. This bracelet that I have. It's just like, it has like a little music thing, a little, like this one is like a horse, like a cowboy. And
you picked each one?
And you pick each one and you make a bracelet.
Oh, so, but you can't add because then it'll get big.
No, you can. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So what do you have on there? A cowboy?
There's a cowboy and an alligator. That's literally Florida and Texas right there. How cute.
Okay.
And then there's a dancer and then a cherry because that's cute.
Aww.
And then there's a music thing because I like to make music.
That's such a cute gift.
A little dancey thing.
Yeah. And that's sterling silver?
Yeah. I wear it like in the pool, in the ocean, everywhere.
That's so cute.
Oh,
look,
this looks like Scoot, even though it's kind of like a cheetah, but Scoot and then a cross.
That's so cute, like as a gift.
Right? Or like if you go somewhere, like I'm in Austin, this is like my little Austin souvenir kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. Very cute.
That's so cute. Oh, one last thing. Did you see, oh my gosh, did you see in our group thing, the groom, that everyone lost their mind because he went like this with the champagne bottle and squirted it in her face?
Yes, he is the equivalent to like putting cake in the wife's face.
Well, everyone lost their mind, right? Can you see?
Yeah.
But then he posted after he's like, everyone's so pissed and I'm here enjoying my life with my new bride. He's like, why are you guys so upset? Like, she's not upset.
Well, she didn't actually look like she cared, honestly, because you'll see other videos where the guy like throws cake in the face or like sprays them and like the girl looks upset.
It's like everyone else cared and she didn't care.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, so I don't know. It's like him wanting attention. Like, how much more attention you need?
It's him being an annoying ass guy, as they are sometimes.
But like,
and not giving a shit about her makeup and her hair.
Exactly. Your wife just did her hair and her makeup, and she has to sit like that for the rest of the night. Like, it's just
well, she has to go get touched up now.
Yeah, it's just him not being considerate, which is a red flag in itself.
Well, it's a guy. Maybe he had something to drink, and he was like stupid. But it was in Lake Como, and it was like a $200,000 weekend. Like it was like not like a banquet hall. Like it was a very expensive. Yeah, it was a beautiful like background and everything in Lake Como. Wow. But it feels like the audience, like the family members, are the ones that got really upset.
Well, yeah,
they probably didn't like him to begin with, and they're like, "Look at this asshole."
Well, yeah, if he does that in front of people, like, I don't know, he's probably annoying.
Oh my god! And the comments under were like, "This is an instant divorce for me." So stupid.
I know, but I do think about like, what if you get to your wedding day and he smashes you with the cake, even though you're like, no, don't do it. Because there are videos where girls are like, do not do it. And then he does it anyway.
Okay, but would you ruin your wedding night over that? Like, be honest. Because if you do...
I'm saying, is that a divorce?
No. I mean, okay,
yes,
it's annoying.
That is like it shows
really,
the rest of your life.
Would you let that ruin your night? Like, come on. If you let that ruin your night, you're the problem.
he's the problem, and he's
No.
going to be a problem for the rest
He
of
made
the
a
relationship.
stupid decision at the spur of the moment, but if you cannot let that ruin such a beautiful, expensive night.
Well, the only thing is that he was like this before the wedding, so you already know, like, he's a jerk in a way.
I'm just saying, you have to put things in perspective, and as annoying as it is, I mean, obviously they spent all this money, like, they have the makeup person to fix, I don't know, like, I don't think it's something you should ruin a weekend wedding night, whatever.
I think
not
it
that
sets
important.
the tone for the relationship of
Oh,
him
come on.
doing stuff even though he knows, first of all, you said no in a very serious way, and second of all,
Look at them here. Day
Really,
one of
you're
honeymoon.
right.
I'm getting canceled on the internet for having fun with my wife. He's like, you guys, we're out here having a ball. Oh my God. So that reminds me. There was this post. So in Miami, there's a Lifestyle Miami. There's an Instagram account. Like they show you all like the crazy traffic things and the news or whatever's happening. They reshare all this Miami stuff. And there was this one question they posted the other day. For those of you on dating apps, what's the craziest experience you've had? And the comments under that were everything. So like, just here's one. One of those guys that kept sending messages after I read them, I generally wasn't interested in. One day, he was my Uber. Worst part is, I took the ride and he dropped me off at home. Okay, like he would have taken no for an answer. The other one, I told this story before to my friends, but went over to a girl's house for dinner. Didn't know she had a baby till homie was walking around. Turns out her ex or current love interest was living with her. He went to her room and the dude starts knocking on the door. She tells him to go away, and after we finish chilling in her room, I go to leave and I see the dude outside with a bat smashing a TV shirtless, and it looks like he was crying.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't with the comments. Like that's the best stories. Dating stories. Oh my gosh. I was living for the comments.
You invite someone over knowing your baby daddy's like in the house.
No. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy on the girl. Unless she was just trying to get back at him. Well, ones where it's just like they keep messaging you, and it's like, imagine opening your phone app, like the text messages, and seeing all of your messages sent, and still like going to send another message. Like never replied.
I know, and the sad part about that is that a lot of girls would be like, "Oh my God, he's so in love with me." It's like, no, he's sick. Like that has nothing to do with you. I love when girls are like, "Oh my God, like he lets me, I'll spit in his face and he keeps coming back. He's so in love with me." It's like, no, he's a sicko. Like,
yeah, it has less to do with you and more to do with his mental illness.
I know, but and there were some cute ones. I went for a date. She's still in my bed 11 years later with a ring.
Aww.
I like that. I know. I went on a date with this beautiful Venezuelan girl in Doral who acted like a princess all the time, but ended up farting in my Mercedes.
How rude.
Girls forget to bring their IG filters with them. I love it. I can read this whole thing. There's thousands and thousands of comments. Oh my God. There's a lot of stalker stuff too, but obviously.
I always think about that. Like, you just date one wrong person and they can become obsessed with you. And it's like,
oh my God, this guy's like, she was pregnant. He went to get her on the date. She was already pregnant.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be dating.
I love all these things. It's so funny. Her boyfriend picked her up from my house the next day. Oh my God. She broke my bed in half, the mattress on the floor. Oh God. She brought her pet cat to the date. I helped a girl move and then she ghosted me. Oh my God. So funny. But the one about the baby and the guy being pissed was hilarious. But no, you can go on here and read all of them.
I had one where only talked to this guy once, like one night we went out and that's it. And this is when I was serving in between jobs, and his mom, his brother, and him sat in my section, and I had no idea it was him because he was behind. It was his head that was facing me. like the back of his head, and I go up to their table and I was like, ah. And then the mom's like, do you guys know each other? I'm like, not really.
No.
And I had to serve them the rest of the night. Very
So I
awkward.
think the most like crazy one I could think of is, remember that guy I went on a date, and the minute he walked up to me before we even sat down, he said his second word was, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. Remember that? And I was like, what?
Was that supposed to be a joke? Or he actually was?
No, he was being serious. Because he said something, he's like, yeah, I guess that's why I'm a diagnosed narcissist. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you know.
Casual.
He's like, I only pay $200 a week for my counselor to tell me that. I'm like, I said, a word of advice, don't ever lead with that again. Like, you're looking about walking out, I'm hungry. Like,
so you stayed.
I did, but I was never going to see him again. He obviously was a narcissist, and he thought it was a good idea to like, announce it.
I guess he wants to weave him out early. He doesn't want to go through all of that, and then the girl leaves him knowing that he's a narcissist. He's just like, this is who I am.
No. That's not, no.
I saw this guy on TikTok who he is a diagnosed narcissist, and he talks about like how he genuinely like just doesn't, he thinks like he actually is above people, and there are tiers to people's values, and there's like,
I have a problem
about what narcissism.
I don't believe that, because I don't think so narcissism obviously has a spectrum, right? We all have a little narcissistic trait. Like, obviously there's like benign, and like it goes worse and worse and worse. And like a true like problematic narcissist would never admit to being a narcissist, would never be open to self-diagnosis and self-reflection. Narcissists don't do that.
No, he's not self-diagnosing himself. He is diagnosed, and he said, like,
but
he sounds diagnosed.
He sounds too reflective, and that's not a characteristic they have. You know what I mean? He sounds too
but he's
too self-aware.
In a sense where it's like, this is how I'm supposed to try to solve it, and like I know, like I don't feel empathy for that, and he's like, I don't.
I get it. I just don't know if I don't know if I believe that, because I mean, maybe I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying every narcissist, and everyone throws that word around too much. Obviously, just if you're a vain person and care about your looks, that doesn't mean you're a narcissist. Like, people think it is. Being a true narcissist, like a problematic one, means it's your way or the highway, and you can never see anything else. Like, you cannot ever empathize with anyone else or see things from their way.
But
ever.
That's what that guy's saying, that this is what my therapist said I should do.
Yeah.
But I don't care to do that, and I don't see it that way. That's what he's saying. He's like, this is genuinely how I think and feel.
And they're the most insecure people on the planet, and everything has to revolve. It goes back to them. Everything goes back to them.
But yeah, people break up. They do throw around that word way too often.
So much.
Like, break up, or a guy will break up with them, and they'll be like, he's a narcissist. And it's like, he just doesn't like you.
Yeah. If he cheats on you, guess what? That doesn't mean he's a narcissist. Like, no, he's a cheater. Like, no, that doesn't.
Maybe he's a little insecure or something. Maybe he's selfish, but
maybe he didn't like you. Maybe he's immature. Maybe, I mean, it's so ridiculous. Nick Viall, however you say his name, I liked what he did the other day on a podcast. He talked about, somebody kept calling someone a gaslighter. Oh, they called Tom Schwartz from Vanderpump Rules a gaslighter. And Nick, I'm so glad whoever listens to this. First, people don't know what gaslighting means. If someone lies to you, that doesn't mean they're gaslighting you. If someone...
Yeah, that's just lying.
Gaslighting literally means, I saw you kiss another girl, and you're literally trying to tell me I'm crazy, I didn't see what I saw. That's gaslighting. Gaslighting is not disagreeing. Gaslighting is not breaking. It's not any of these other things. Like, and women do it the most. They're like, if it doesn't work out for them, everyone's a narcissist and everyone's a gaslighter. It's like, no, that's not what it means.
Yeah, we need to label it.
Oh, yeah, we got to get away from those words.
I know. TikTok likes to really run with it.
Okay, well, I think we're done for the week. We'll be back next week. No updates on Charlotte the Stingray. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I'm very worried.
I don't know if we'll ever have a good update. I'm scared at this point.
And we'll review are you almost done with the book?
I am. It should be done this week.
Okay, good. So we review the book soon. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.